All right, guys, let's do this. What up? It's JoJo on the radio. This is the iHeartRadio Countdown. Jade, when's the last time I saw you, Jade?
Oh, a good few years ago with Little Mix. Must have been.
Have you missed me at all?
Of course I have. I've missed those golden curls.
Oh, love you. Oh, my gosh. So much to talk about. Safe to say you've been very busy over the last couple of years getting this solo project together, which is, that's a lot. I mean, you go from, one way of life where there's 4 girls to it's all on you, which is it's cool in a way, but it's different it's a different, it's structured differently,
It is. It's a different kind of cool for sure. I think I took me some time to get used to existing without the other girls because obviously Little Mix was such a beast and I loved every minute of it. So I had to unlearn how to not be in a band and just be my own artist. Yeah. Yeah.
But I've talked to several artists that have gone from group to solo and I've never heard the word, you had to unlearn certain things. That's an interesting way to look at it.
Yeah, I'm conditioned to all the decisions weren't just my own. So it's been quite liberating for my own stuff, especially creatively, to be what do I want to do? What music do I want to create? Who am I, as just Jade?
Jade, dumb question. I know you're from, overseas, England, all that. Where do you call home? Where do you live? Not your address, but yeah.
Well, I live in London. I live in southeast London, and it's very pretty. I've been in my soft girl era for the last few years. So when the band sort of came to an end, I moved to a lovely house with my dog and a garden. And I'd never had the opportunity to do that before, so I'm very happy with that. But I would love to live in LA. I'll be back and forth more.
That was my next question. Have you ever considered, moving to the States like in New York or LA seem to be, hotspots, obviously?
I think for songwriting and just I've got a lot of chosen family over here. So yeah, I'd love to get an apartment or something. If you've got an area you'd recommend.
Oh yeah. I live a little north of here in Santa Clarita. Come to Santa Clarita.
Oh,
it'll be great. It's a little drive, but whatever. Are you working on an album, an EP, a body of music? I assume you are, but or maybe it's top secret. I don't know.
No.
What can you
yes,
say?
my album is pretty much done, really.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm just sort of mixing it and deciding on a track list. It was important for me to have a body of work ready to go off the back of the first single, so I could just drop tracks as and when I feel like it.
Here's a question I ask, and there's a reason I'm asking this. Is there a song on the album, even if you can't say the title, that almost didn't make it?
Oh,
because those songs typically somehow end up being big.
You're right. Yeah, there actually is a few because I've been writing for so long, nearly 3 years now for this solo project. So there's songs from the beginning that kind of get forgotten about as more and more new songs come in. But then you'll sit and listen to the old ones again and be like, oh, actually.
This one's pretty good.
She had a point back then. So yeah, there's some... Well, I wouldn't say old because they're still fresh to everyone's ears, but there's some originals that have survived the beginning of the Jade process to now.
Is there a target date to get this album out, or maybe that's
Who knows? I mean, yeah, I think I'll drop a few songs first. I'm gonna take these sunglasses off because I feel like too much of a diva, and maybe I'm not about that life. I did try.
Your publicist said to put the glasses on.
Yeah, my stylist was like, "You need to look like a pop diva. Put them on." But then my lashes were touching the glass. I thought, "Oh, this isn't for me."
You're a pop star. Either way, so don't stress.
Thank you.
But I guess when it's time to announce the date for the album, then it's time.
Yes.
At the moment, you'll figure that out later.
I think so, and next year, the album will definitely be out by then. So hopefully I'll be touring or doing shows. That's the goal. And be back over here more as well, actually. We had a lot of fans in the US, but I've missed them and I've missed being here and engaging with them. So, yeah.
Jade, you mentioned earlier Lil Mix.
Yes.
Such a thing. Then you're gone solo.
Mm-hmm.
And you said earlier that you had to unlearn certain things.
Yeah.
And I have another question to ask you about that because I've talked to several artists that have gone from groups to solo. And one thing they say, and a lot of in the K-pop space, where there's a lot of members in K-pop, and I don't know if this applies to you or not, but one of the things they had the big change was deciding who gets what line in the song.
Yeah.
And once again, in K-pop, there's sometimes 8, 10 members, and so there's a lot of dividing up the lines.
Yeah.
Being there were 4 of you guys, maybe not such an issue, but is that a refreshing feeling that you pick the lines and you're on all of them?
I had to get used to literally writing and just singing a song all on my own. I'd sang a verse and an ad-lib in a chorus for 12 years. So even when I first started writing for my solo project, I was like, oh, Perry would sound good on that bit, or that would suit Lay's part. And I'm like, oh no, wait, hang on, this is actually just down to me now.
Just you.
But yeah, you know, they were my sisters. You get so used to in interviews, like, he'll answer what question, or you'll turn to the side and they'll be laughing along with you, or being on stage and feeling the presence of the other girls. So that's what I mean by unlearning, and just not being so like, what do you think of this? Because there's nobody there to.
it's what I think of this, and that's the end of the road with that.
What do I think? And that's my decision. I have to do that with chest. So, but it's a good thing.
It's exciting though, because this is. I mean, you get a chance to do just your vision and all that stuff. Everything you did, you led up to this. You could,
exactly.
You said you didn't want to do. I think you said this. If you didn't, then punch me in the face. You didn't want to do a safe first single.
Correct.
Walk me through that whole statement, because I find it fascinating.
Well, I actually did describe the song as like a pop punch to the face. So if you feel that way, I can punch you in the face.
Yeah, well, just bring it. Just go.
Yeah. So, yeah, I definitely didn't want to play it safe. I knew it was maybe a bit risky. Like, the song is a bit all over the place, on purpose. It's meant to sound literally like the chaos of being in the music industry for like 12 years, like squashed into this song, almost like a musical. There's like 3 acts to the song. So for a pop record, I guess it is quite ballsy. But I thought, why not? Like, I only get one chance to do this. Just let them have it.
And you got to make a statement with it. And the video, we'll get to the video in a second, but the video, it does how you describe the song. It's a lot. Jade, the album, of course, coming out later on. We don't know exactly when. Angel of My Dreams is out. At a certain point, like you said earlier, you kind of leaked the fact that there's going to be a tour at some point, clearly. In the States, I'm hoping, obviously. What are the chats like about? Are you talking about a tour now, or is it just sort of like down the road we'll get to it?
I think it's down the road, but I know that, like, obviously I want a live band, and I think it'd be cool to have a DJ too. Like, a lot of my music blends between like live instrumentation but like dance tracks, so I think that would be cool. And I'm just all about the drama. I love theatre and dramatics, and so every show to me like has to be a whole big kitchen sink thrown in extravaganza.
Right.
I'm not a half kind of girl.
So go big or just go home, really.
Literally.
Do you enjoy road life? Because road life, I mean, everybody loves, or most love being on stage, obviously. But everything that comes with it, the travel, the structured schedule, everything.
I love it. It's my favourite thing. That's probably the best part is, because you get to see the fans all the time. You're on stage. You're fed and watered. You're travelling the world. Like, how lucky to get to do that.
What a cool job.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
really,
not bad, is it?
Not bad at all.
Can't complain.
Jade, the video for Angel of My Dreams, it's just straight up wild. I mean, oh my God, it's like a movie. For starters, the videos of you as a kid, that was you as a kid.
Yes, that's me. Yeah. And actually, people were like, "Oh my God, like, it's so cool how you managed to like make it look like you're singing the words." But the director literally just found snippets that looked like I was singing.
That's how you guys did
it. Wasn't actually like, there's no like special effects or anything. It was just as it is. So that's pretty cool. But it was important for me to tell the story of the song more, which, as we know, is about my kind of love-hate relationship with the music industry. So I wanted the beginning of the video to show like just me as a little girl trying my best to make it, and then getting thrust into the limelight, and all the sort of drama that comes with that.
You got that slimy character in there, that dude.
Yes, Big M. Yes, he is the music industry personified.
All right, you guys, if you haven't seen this video, check it out. I think it explains, in some ways, just what the music industry, the darker side of it is, to a degree. Jade, Angel of My Dreams.
Yes.
Let's play this track. We've talked about it. What else do we need to know about this track?
Oh my gosh. Well, it means everything to me. It's the introduction to the Jade world. To me, it's the perfect first single to show you guys who I am as an artist. And the response already has just been crazy. To hear it played over here is incredible.
Have you heard it on the radio yet?
Not in the US.
Oh man, let's do this. Jade, I've got a 2-part question for you.
Go.
What do you consider your best live performance ever? Over the years, you've done quite a few.
Oh, wow.
I mean, this particular performance, for some reason, everything was just absolutely or close to perfection. Then the complete flip of that.
Yeah.
What do you consider your worst? Everything, and it happens to everyone, everything went straight to absolute hell.
Yeah.
Give me both of those. So
I think the best one is probably the Brit Awards. We did it a few times, but when we performed Woman Like Me, it was just like, and you feel like you've made it, like it's your big pop star moment. that was so special, that performance. And we won a Brit Award as well. So it was a special evening. And then I'd say the worst one, do you know, it was actually probably in the US.
Oh, God, of course.
I remember it because
Sorry.
no, it's not your fault. I remember it because we were in Vegas. One of us was ill, I think. Something had happened, but the screen behind us was like a video of the song as we were performing it, but the audio was playing from it at the same time. So we came on stage and that was singing the audio was doing the music and the singing for us, so it looked like we were miming, and we couldn't keep up with it because it was just such a show. It was so horrendous. I remember we came off stage, we all like cried, and we were like, we're like, where's the sound guy? What have you done?
We want to kill him now.
Yeah, because we'd always be so excited to perform in America because it was a big deal for us to make it over here. So the fact that it went so wrong, and we, as a girl band, you get told all the time, oh, you're miming, blah, blah, blah. So we always felt like we had a point to prove that we could sing live and we were great vocalists. So when that happened, we were like, no, they're all going to think we're puppets and we mime and blah, blah, blah. But, I think we proved ourselves since, so it's fine.
Well, yeah, clearly you guys' vocals and your vocals through the roof. So if there's any question on that, just stop. All right, Jade, your fans love you. They probably see you in public from time to time, walking around in the wild, as they say.
Wild.
It's such a weird statement. What do they when they come up to you, like you're at a coffee shop or whatever you're doing? What do they typically say, or do they just scream?
Well, I'm on the tube quite a lot in London, so I get a lot of like, "Why are you here?"
Oh, what
why are you on the tube? Or just like, it's always like, wait, are you? And you don't want to be the one to be like, yes, it's me. Do you know what I mean?
So like, yeah.
It just feels really awkward. So when they're like, are you that girl from Little Mix? And I'm like, yes, 'tis I, Jade. It feels quite awkward.
Yes,
but,
it is.
Yeah, but people are so lovely, and I get noticed a lot in the UK especially. I'm just kind of used to it now. I don't know. I'm also a little bit awkward in general, and I don't think that'll ever leave. Just the sheer idea that people know who you are is
right.
Quite bizarre, isn't it?
It's bizarre. I get you, what you've been through and your status at this point. I mean, it's got to be somewhat normal to you now. But when you think about it, it is strange. It's
strange, and I think for us as a girl band back in the day, like our thing was like, you can be friends with us. So when people come over to us, it's like they already know me or like they're my friends. So I have to be like, wait, do I actually know you or are you a fan?
It's so wild. I'm sure we probably talked about this years ago, but I'll refresh you. This has nothing to do with music, by the way. I am obsessed with the paranormal. Ghost.
Same.
Okay.
Love
yes.
it.
Which is why I'm bringing haunted. I have a podcast called Paranormal-ish. I mean, I talk to people who've had encounters year round. It's not just a Halloween thing. I believe you've had I was told anyway, some sort of a paranormal encounter. I think you and Perry rented or stayed in a flat.
Yes.
I don't know that whole story. What happened, unless there's another story you want to tell me?
No, that is probably the main one. But when we first moved to London and we were put in the band, we both lived in this flat in Notting Hill, and we were convinced it was haunted. Like my bedroom was always freezing cold, and sometimes I'd be on my own a lot because she would be out of the flat, and like in the middle of the night, like the TV would come on and go all fuzzy, like standard like horror movie stuff. But it terrified me. And then one day my makeup artist came to do my face. And I came downstairs and he just left. So I messaged him like, why did you leave? That's so weird. And he was like, I'm scared to be in there. He said that when he was setting up the equipment, my speaker turned on and just got louder and louder and louder. And then there was like a bang and it like freaked him out so much that he left. And also there was this old woman at the bottom of the stairs. So it was like a masonette and I was on the top floor. And it was one of those light switches, very old school, where you'd have to tap the light on and run up the stairs before the timer went or it would go pitch black.
Oh, man.
And every time I'd press it, I'd run down the stairs. And when the light would come back on, she'd just be stood there at the bottom of the stairs.
Like an old woman that lived nearby?
Yeah, she lived in the bottom flat.
Oh, she was a real lady.
But I've since convinced myself that she didnn't exist. And that scares me. So I don't know, because she was so, bless her, she was so weird. She'd always ask like quite intrusive questions. And like it was weird that she was always there at the bottom of the stairs. And then when I left, eventually, I literally left because I was scared to live there anymore. Just so many like bizarre things were happening. And then I left and I thought, what if I don't even want to know actually, because I was going to research like if she actually lived there or not. Because imagine if I Googled it and like she died like 40 years before or something.
If you care to give me any kind of info, I'll research it for you. That is super. What if she wasn't really? What if she had passed 40 years prior?
Oh my God, don't.
Oh my!
I got goosebumps. Got goosebumps
All
just
right,
thinking about it.
Final question. At some point, your schedule's crazy, but at some point, would you ever consider visiting a real haunted location with me?
Absolutely.
God, we're doing this.
I hate it, but I love it.
Okay, so yeah, it's gonna be great, Jay. We'll have a crew with us. We'll film.
Oh my
we'll find some
God.
ghosts. It's gonna be okay. This is a bit of a controversial question.
Ooh.
Well, not really, but you'll see. How do you make a proper cup of British tea? That's not the controversial part, but
Oh, okay. Well, I'm the expert in this.
let's go.
Nobody loves tea more than me.
I'm ready.
So, tea bag first, then the hot water. Let it brew. Give it a few minutes. Don't rush it. You know, that's where people go wrong.
Okay.
Let the tea brew first, then pour your milk in. Give it a stir. Squeeze your tea bag with your spoon before you release it out into the wild. Give it a good stir. If you want sugar, sure, go off. I wouldn't do more than 2 sugars. I mean, I don't have sugar, but I think any more than 2 is like feral. And then jobs are good in. That's the perfect tea. And also, I will say if the cup is warm before you put the tea in as well, then it's chef's kiss.
Okay. Here's the controversial part
Oh
that
God.
everybody has almost just strangled me when I say this. And
Where's
I'm not
this
saying I would
going?
do this. I'm not saying. Would you ever consider microwaving the water?
No,
Okay.
that's disgusting.
And I would never do that.
Why? You've got a kettle.
Well, I'm just, maybe you're in a hurry or.
I have microwaved
Not
an
that I would do
old.
that.
I have if a tea's gone because it is a classic British thing where you like make a cup of tea, you have a chinwag with someone, and then you realise the tea's gone cold. So I have microwaved it a couple of times, but it's not the same.
So it's a moment. It's more than just the tea itself. It's a moment.
Yeah, but don't microwave the water. That's insane.
I'm gonna write that.
Do you have a kettle?
I do have a kettle. Yes.
Okay, I've noticed in America they take ages to boil as well, so I can get why you're impatient. I literally was waiting 10 minutes for my kettle to boil this morning. I thought,
Interesting. Maybe that's the problem with. Well, okay, I got to find a proper British
kettle.
All right, Jade. I have a random question.
Hit me.
I don't know if this is true. You seem like a prankster. Did you ever, back in the day, or I don't know when it was, try to prank call Taylor Swift?
I did. I was very drunk. Oh no, yeah, I was drunk at the time. But me and the girls used to egg each other on and do stupid stuff. She actually didn't answer, and she probably blocked me since, to be honest. Because why? Such a weirdo.
Did you have a plan? Like, I'm going to tell her
I don't know what I was going to tell her. I was drunk. I was just thought it would be a good laugh, I suppose.
That is so funny. Oh
yeah,
my God.
So that is true.
I love prank calling people. I mean, I haven't done it in a while, but it's so
yeah.
fun.
I mean, me and the girls used to do it all the time. We losers.
We should prank call some people later on. Let's
right.
just do that. All right. Final question. Message to your fans. I'm talking OG fans. I'm talking, new fans. This new solo album is going to get a lot of attention,
Yes.
What do you say to these people that are with you day and night, pretty much?
I would say to the OGs, just thank you for your patience. I know it took me some time to get to this point, and they're sick of me saying soon. So no more music soon.
Right.
Yeah, I really am just so grateful for their loyalty, especially internationally, and in the US. Having fans here that have stuck around from the beginning is so special. And then, yeah, to all the new ones, welcome to the Jade world. I hope you're into it, and yeah, I'm excited to see as many of them as I can.
Hey Jade, what else do people need to know about Jade?
Just that I'm gagging for it. I'm gagging to be the next pop girly. So
it's happening.
If you love pop, if you love seeing women winning, which we're seeing a lot of right now, it's an exciting time in music with Charlie and Chapel, Sabrina, Tinashe. I think it's a very exciting time for women in music. So, yeah, if you're into it, get into it.
Jade, thank you for dropping in.
Thank you.
You got to come hang out more often, okay?
Yeah, and view some scary places together.
We're gonna chase some ghosts around. All right, Jade. At the end of every interview, fist bump to make it official. Give me a little.
Oosh.